The Texas GOP chair, Alan West, said this after the Supreme Court's refusal to hear his state's election challenge. Quote, perhaps law-abiding states should bond together and form a union of states that will abide by the Constitution. That got a lot of people's attention, and he joins me now. Colonel West, good to see you tonight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Martha, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. So tell me what you meant by that, because a lot of people read that and instantly they hear that you want to form this collective of states that thinks alike and secede from the rest of the union.
Well, first of all, I never said the word secede nor the word secession. And if you really look at those words that I used in that statement, and you go to the very first sentence of the preamble to the United States Constitution, where it says, we the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union. And what did we do to form a more perfect union? We created a Constitution. And in that Constitution, which is our rule of law, it says a Republican form of government. There are roles, responsibilities, enumerated duties, and powers to the respective branches of government, the legislative, the judicial, and the executive. And what the lawsuit from the state of Texas clearly laid out is that in several other states, namely Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, you had a violation of our rule of law. You did not have laws that were adjusted, changed, or amended by the state legislators. They were done by courts. They were done by executive. They were done by secretaries of state, such as in Georgia, where the Secretary of State, by consent decree, decided that you could not verify signatures on these universal mail-in ballots. And so that has caused harm and damage to states that are law-abiding. And the fact that the Supreme Court would not hear this case, which is the original jurisdiction for states who petition to redress their grievances against another state, that's a fracture in the foundation of our constitutional republic.
So what do you think should happen?
Well, first of all, I would like to see the Supreme Court take up this case, because if the Supreme Court will not hear another state petition grievance against another state, then where do those states go? I think it's very important that law-abiding states, states who want to follow the law, are coming together with their attorneys generals, coming together with their state legislators. And no one in the Texas lawsuit said they were going to throw out ballots. They said that this should go to the state legislators, which in the electors clause of Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution, that's where that would be adjudicated, is for the state legislatures to decide and select those electors. Yeah. So everything that was brought forward was constitutionally based.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the argument for wanting the Supreme Court to hear the case. I think that in Pennsylvania, it seemed like a very clear case where the state legislature was overridden by the state court in an election law question. And it seemed like that was just a right place for the Supreme Court to step in, but they chose not to do so. And they decided that Texas and these other states didn't have standing against other states. But I just want to get back to this issue, because you say, I said, what do you hope happens? And you said, I hope the Supreme Court hears the case. But I want to get back to the heart of your question, which is, what happens when you have states that feel so differently than other states? And you've even got companies like HP and Oracle and moving to Texas, to places where they feel like they're better aligned. What happens when you've got states that are polarizing themselves so dramatically?
Well, I don't think that states that are following the Constitution are polarizing. I think that the states that are not following our rule of law, as you just articulated in Pennsylvania, those are the ones that are polarizing. Those are the ones that are undermining our Constitution. If you want to throw the word secession out there, it's those states who have violated the law. But the real question is, how do states who are following the law protect themselves using the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law clause, when you have the Supreme Court that won't even hear them out? And people are moving to Texas because of the principles and the values that we hold here of economic opportunity and success, as opposed to those failing states that they're departing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be a big question over the coming years. But, so do you think those states should align together? Should they form some sort of bond in just a few seconds?
They have to, because how will they have equal protection under the law if the highest court in the land will not hear their case?
All right. Thank you very much, Alan West, Colonel Alan West. Good to see you tonight. So that is the story.
Happy birthday to my wife.
Oh, happy birthday to your wife. I promised that we would happy birthday. Happy birthday to Mrs. West. Thank you, everybody. Good to have you here tonight.